Besides making videos for your YouTube channel, did you know there's other things you can do, like small things, that can have a really big impact on your YouTube channel? So in this video, I want to cover 8 of the things that maybe you haven't thought about, maybe you don't hear a lot of people talking about, but I really think they'll help you. Hey there, Kevin Colby here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to YouTube. We're going to go to the YouTube studio in my channel, just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I'll show you how to do it. So you may want to pause this from time to time to jump into your channel and just see, oh, that's how I apply that. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is your channel name, the URL. Now, you have your channel name, like mine is Kevin Colby, but there's also an @, sometimes it's called handle. Mine is @Kevin Colby. A lot of times what I see on channels is it's the default. So I'll see like Bob Smithenhauser 0792 or something like that. And it's okay, but I would recommend making sure your channel name, your URL, reflects what your channel name is. So let me show you how to do that. So here's my YouTube channel. And if you notice, there's my channel name, and here's the channel handle, the URL. You can change either one of these. You have to change them independently, but we're actually going to be talking about this right here. So we're going to go to the studio and customization. If you go over on the left-hand side, you've got dashboard, content, analytics, community, languages, and all this, and you get down to customization. This is where you would change a lot of this. So let's first do the two things. Remember, we're talking about not the name, but we're talking about the URL, this right here. So if we go here, there's my channel name. So you could put whatever you want to on yours. This is the handle. So whenever you start your channel, it's just going to default to something. So if I started a channel and I wanted to call it, Zippy Cool Videos, and that's already taken, it may go Zip Cool Videos 293. What I would recommend is, if possible, make your handle match your channel name. What happens is when you type something in here, YouTube is automatically going to tell you if it's available. And if it's not available, they're going to give you an alternative. You don't have to take it, but if it's available, you're going to get a green, all systems go. And if you notice right here, they tell you that you can add letters and numbers, but you can change your handle back within 14 days, and handles can be changed twice every 14 days. So be thinking about that. If you change it and you're like, I don't like that, you can always change it back. The key to everything we're going to talk about, is make sure you hit publish. I think this will actually say save or publish when you're done. If you don't do this, your changes won't take place when you need them to. Something else to consider is your banner image, or also called the cover art. So let me show you on my YouTube channel exactly what I'm talking about and how to change it. So we're going to go here, and this right here is the banner image. And this is the size it'll be on desktop, laptop. But when you go into your YouTube studio, again, we're in customization. We're on the first tab, says profile. Notice it says right here, banner image. And it tells you this is the image that will appear across the top of your channel. Now, YouTube, bless their heart, they do their best to show you what it's going to look like on like a huge screen like TV, desktop or laptop, and phone, which nobody in their right mind can see that. They also give you the size. Now, keep in mind the size of this is the entire image, not just this size. So what we're probably mostly interested in is right here. So whatever you create on your image, you want to make sure it fits right here. If I'm not making you dizzy with, with my mouse, this is where you want to really make sure it fits. You can remove it. You don't have to have one. I would recommend having something there. What you have on yours, it could be what your channel is about. It could be different things. I just chose to be kind of minimalistic on mine. So one of the things YouTube did on TV is, if you go to your channel or any channel, the banner image, the cover art now is almost full screen. Now, I had to really kind of work with mine to get my picture right in the middle of it on desktop and laptop. So even on TV, you see a lot more of the ceiling and the ceiling fan. Again, it can fill the whole picture. So if you're just only creating something there, kind of think about the outside too. You could just put color or texture there or something like that. But again, this is a way to give your channel a little bit more pop, or maybe even define what your channel is about when somebody goes there. All right, so now let's talk about your profile pic. So let's hop on my channel. And what I'm talking about is this right here, this little picture. Now, right now it looks big because, well, we're looking at it bigger. To change this, I want to go back over here. We're still on the customization tab, and right here, I can change it or I can remove it. Now, I've seen some channels that don't have anything here. It's kind of like it's kind of like the placeholder head, if you know what I'm talking about. But you can put anything here, and keep in mind it's going to show up really, really small. So one of the things I did, if you notice, is I just took this picture and I just cut the background out and I added blue to it so the photo pops a little bit. Plus, it doesn't hurt that I have red glasses on, I think. The mistake I see a lot of people make is that either they take a wide shot, like a shot of like maybe their entire house and they put it on the profile pic, or they put logos on there that are really hard to see. Keep in mind your profile pic, which is always going to be by your channel name on YouTube. Whenever you comment on a video, whenever you're searching, it's always going to be there. So, but it's going to be really, really small. We talk about thumbnails being small. These things are tiny. That's why I added blue behind my photo to kind of make it pop a little bit more. So what I would recommend is do a high contrast picture. If you've got a logo, I'm not a fan of that, but if you're just dead set about that, but if you've got an icon, let's say you do a Bible study channel for men and it's all about, the lions or something like that. Maybe you've got a cool shot of a lion there or something like that, but you want to make sure it's high contrast and easy to see, very, 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 very tiny, so it'll pop with your name. Next up is the About section. Now, there's a lot of just thoughts about this, about what you can put there, how much you can put there, put anything there, and I see the gamut now. I've seen some channels where they have nothing. I've seen where it's just a sentence or two, and I've seen it where it looks like they've literally written a dissertation. I don't think there's any wrong way or right way to do it, but I do think having something there is not a bad idea. So again, let's go back to my channel. I'm going to show you mine and then how to change it. The way to get to anybody's About, now I'm on desktop right here, is you see this More. When I click on More, this is really what I call the About. YouTube changed the way you get to it. It's a little bit harder, I think, but anyway, you still have it. Here's the description and a lot of other information here as well. So the way we get here, again, we're in the YouTube Studio, customization. You're going to do a lot on the profile. We're going to scroll down and right here, description. You can write a lot here. I forgot exactly, it says right there, 1,000 characters. And right now, what I have on there is 315. This is right now what I have. Occasionally I change it up, but for the most part, this is what I have. So if you notice right there, I'm going to show you a little trick. When I go back here, you notice it only shows you this much. And if you think about it, that goes to about right in there somewhere. So one thing I might recommend is if you have something really important you want to share in your About, don't bury it here, put it right here, because again, that's all you're going to see unless somebody clicks on it. So I could just say, like I help people over 40 get creative, and that would be fine as well. Nothing in here is clickable. So let's say I put a link in here that says, hey, you want to book me for a coaching call, and I put a link there. Nothing in your description is linkable. So just keep that in mind. But that's how you do it. And remember, anytime you change something, you always want to come up here to the right-hand corner and hit publish. Okay, so now let's talk about links. And there's a couple of different ways you can do links. You can do links in descriptions, but right now I'm talking about links on the About page that will show up on your home page. So let me show you that. Okay, so right here, notice it says kevincolby.com. I have one link, and if I click on More, you're going to see that link right here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Currently, YouTube lets you have 14 links. I think that is insane to have that many, but it's your channel. You do you. All right, we're going to go back to the YouTube Studio, customization, profile. We're going to scroll all the way down, and you get to right here that says links, add link. Now, it tells you right here, share external links with your viewers. They will be visible on your channel profile and About page. Now, let me just say something about links. I see people, I've seen it in my comments, say, you can't link to external places because YouTube doesn't like that and they'll shadow ban you. And keep in mind, though, it tells you share external links with your viewers. YouTube wouldn't be letting you do that if it wasn't okay. Now, you're responsible to where you link to. I would be very careful about where you link to, but yes, you can put links there. I just wanted to get past that urban myth thing. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to add a link and also give it a title, which is required. So right here, I'm just going to say my Amazon store. I could say anything I want. And here I've already copied one. I'm just going to pop it in right there. Now notice right here, the publish went to dark to black. If I don't click that, this isn't going to save, but I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. I'm going to hit publish rather. I'm going to go back to my home page and I'm going to refresh. And look, it says, and one more link. If I click here, there it is right there. And if I actually click on that, it's going to take you to my Amazon store. In fact, that takes you to my website. So that's how you do that. And again, you can have up to 14. I think it's a little too many. You can also change the order of these. So let's say I wanted my Amazon store first. Notice it changed the order of that. Again, I need to hit publish. I come back here. I'm going to close that. I'm going to refresh. And notice it changed it. And there's the links. Now, a tip is if you're launching a program, you're launching a course, like I recently launched a course about making YouTube thumbnails. So I could put that there. If you have a free download, a coaching offer, or you've created something, you might want to consider making that first link that link, because that's the one that shows up before you have to like click to see more. So there's a tip for you. Okay, so now let's talk about the watermark, which also is a way to encourage people to subscribe. So let me show you that. Okay, back in the YouTube studio, click on customization, profile. We're going to scroll all the way down to the very bottom and you see video watermark. And right now I have a subscribe button there. Now you can make this anything you want. I used to have a logo there, and the more I thought about it, why not put a subscribe button there? Because anytime my video is playing, a subscribe button, if you hover over it, is going to appear there. And YouTube tells you right there, the watermark will appear on your videos in the right-hand corner of your video player. You can choose end of video, custom start time. I always choose entire video. Anybody who hovers over the right-hand corner of your video or any video, they have the option to subscribe. I just want to go ahead and give them a little nudge just in case they're thinking about it. Okay, so let me actually show you what it looks like. So here's a video I'm going to play. This is the over 40 start a YouTube channel. There it is right there in the corner. If I roll over it, notice it says subscribe right there. You don't have to put anything there, but my thought is, well, why not just go ahead if somebody sees it and it does it and they click it and they can subscribe. All right, next up, video descriptions. This is literally what appears under each video. I used to put so much stuff in my descriptions. If you go back and look at some of my older videos, there was just a ton of stuff there. Since then, I've kind of gone to more of the minimalistic approach because quite honestly, I do appreciate the fact that YouTube lets us put things down there that are clickable. They are clickable, even though they don't look like they're clickable when you put them in. I wonder about having too much stuff there, like giving you too many choices. So I try and limit it to like maybe my coaching, my newsletter. I just launched a course, I'll put that there, you know. And then if there's anything specific in a video that I want to call attention to, I'll put a link to that. Now that's how I do it. Oh, and I also put disclaimers for links, especially if I have links, especially if there's any affiliate links in there or Amazon or things like that. I need to disclose those. And even if I didn't have to, I should anyway. It's just the thing to do. So let me show you how to make your default settings, your upload settings, default settings, so you don't have to do it over and over and over again. Okay, so in my YouTube studio, we're gonna go not to customization, but down to settings. Click here. Now, here's where we're gonna end up. Upload defaults. But before we do that, we want to go to channel and feature eligibility. These need to be enabled for this to happen. I'm going to show you. You notice this right here. It gives you the options here, what happens when you enable it. It tells you exactly what to do. You keep going, custom thumbnails, advanced features. Right here, external links and video descriptions. You have to have all three of these enabled to be able to put links in your description that are external links that are linkable. So make sure this is all enabled. It's very easy to do. YouTube tells you exactly what you need to do. Now we're going to go to upload defaults. And right here, this is what I have as my upload defaults. I have something about a course. You can book a call, my newsletter, and this right here. This is my disclaimer on affiliates. What that means is anytime I upload a video, all of this information will automatically be there. All right, so let me show you what it's gonna look like. So here's a video right here. It's actually a funny story about the time I auditioned to go to New York to meet the crew of 24. It's kind of cool, but notice this right here. Now it's changed a little, but all of this automatically was pulled in from my default settings when I uploaded this video. I didn't have to type any of this in again. Notice, see right there, I had something about my video desk setup. See, sometimes I don't even follow my own advice. But if I didn't want that there, I can just delete it. Now watch what happens. When I delete that, the save button came on. If I do undo change, so this is where you'd always, what do you want to add here, you've got to do that. But again, this keeps me from having to type this over and over again. And believe it or not, all of these are clickable on the video. But if I want to add something, I can say my audition to go to see 24. And if I hit save, it just pulled that in. Now, if we go to this video right here, which is private, but I'll be able to see it. Look at that right there. Those are exactly what we saw in there and are linkable, and that's just what I put in here. So again, those are your descriptions. Don't sleep on descriptions. You want something there. Now let's talk about something that's easy to do that can actually help your channel as well, and that's playlists. All playlists are just a collection of videos. They can be grouped however. You can have 2 or 3 videos in a playlist I'm not even sure what the limit is. You probably could get too many in there. So let me show you how to create a playlist, and then let me show you some of my playlists. Now to create a playlist, you go up to the create button up in the right-hand corner, and it says right there, new playlist. So I'll just click on that. And let's say I want to do something about free Mac apps. I can give it a description or not. I can make sure I want it public or private or unlisted. I'm going to make it public because I want people to see it. You can change the default order of how the videos are seen, and you can change this at any point. And then you can do add videos. So if I do add videos, what it's going to do is it's going to call up a bunch of videos. And you notice it kind of stops, and it's like, well, Kevin, you've got more videos than that. I do. So I'm going to do right here, I know I've got some videos on QuickTime. So I could do that. And I'll do done. And right now I've got 1 video in there. Okay, if I want to do another one, let's say I want to look for Apple Notes. There's that. And you know what? Let me just go ahead and take this one right there because it is talking about continuity camera. And I add those. And when I hit create, it's just made this playlist. And you can even go in and do some more here. If I click edit on YouTube up here, I have this option. I can always change the title of it. I can change the privacy setting. Now I can add more videos. I can change the name of it. I can even share this playlist too, which again is very powerful. So you can also change the order of this, but we're just going to leave this alone for now. I'm going to jump back over here and I'm going to go to playlist. So right now here's on content. Content. This is everything. This video, shorts. I have shorts turned off on my channel. Did a whole video about that if you want to see it. Those are the lives, posts, and playlist. There's the playlist we just made. But these are other playlists I have. Some are public, some are private. Now that's how you create a playlist. Let me show you some cool things you can do with them. So back in the studio. Okay, so we're gonna go back to customization, but instead of profile, we're gonna go home tab. And let me just show you so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. You notice it says member recognition, for you, videos, and popular videos. If I go back to the home page, you see member recognition, says our members, for you, videos, and popular videos. You can change the order here. So for example, let's say I want popular videos above videos. Notice the publish went dark. That means, hey, Kevin, you need to click this if you want this saved. So I'm going to hit cancel. Now there's a couple of things you can do with playlists. One, you will have this tab here. Once you make one playlist, you're going to have this tab on your home page. So if I click here, you're going to see all the playlists that I've done. Now, I'm going to see some that are even unlisted and private. You won't see those. You'll only see the public ones. But these are all the ones I have. We can also create sections like this of playlist. Let me show you how to do that. We're going to go here, and they're going to appear down here. Now, YouTube tells you right here, you can have up to 12 sections. 1, 2. So I could have 10 more sections. Again, it's up to you. Right now, I've gone kind of on the minimalist side. I'm going to do add section, and I can do single playlist, and it lets me choose what I want. So let's say I'm going to add YouTube channel tips. right there. And let's just add another one too. So we're going to go to single playlist and let's say I want iPhone tips. And that's all I'm going to do right now. If I hit publish and then I go back over here and I'll have to refresh to see it. Now watch what happens when I scroll down. Those playlists are there. I can control the order these are in. Typically, what I do is I put the most popular first and flow down. Not always. Notice this one now is bigger than that one, so maybe I need to change it. Or sometimes I do it in a logical progression. Let me show you what I mean by that. Like, for example, I have a playlist called How to Start a YouTube Channel. If you click on it, you'll see all the videos. And I've done my best to kind of lead somebody through the progression. So like, what is your niche? How to find ideas, how to start a channel. So you can kind of see my thinking here. Hopefully it makes sense of I tried to lead somebody through that's never done YouTube before, needs a refresher of going all the way through the process. And occasionally in there, okay, here's what you need to know about settings and things like this. This is an entire playlist that I can put on my channel. In fact, let's just do that. I'm going to go back out here. I'm going to go to customization. I'm going to go home tab. And I've got these, but let's say I want to add the one that says how to start a YouTube channel. And let's say I want that very at the top, even above videos. Remember, I've got to hit publish. I'm going to go back to my channel, hit refresh, and look what happens right there. And again, this is not a bad way of making sure you have some of your important videos here. If you want to lead them to certain, if you'd rather people know this about, hey, I want to show you how to start a YouTube channel far more than what my popular videos are, that's how you can create one and put it on your homepage. Now, another tip, rather than have like up to 12 playlists, let's say you want to do specialized playlists, kind of like a theme within a playlist, if that makes sense. Let me show you, and I think it'll make more sense. You go to add section, and you go to multiple playlist. So what's going to happen is I'm going to make a playlist of playlist. So I'm going to call this about YouTube. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to populate it with only YouTube playlists. So there's YouTube channel tips, how to start a YouTube channel. I've got one here on YouTube home studio setups, and there's another one, how to use the YouTube editor. Actually, before I hit done, I can change these. So let's say I want to move the order around, and I do this, and I hit done. There it is right there. I'm going to hit publish. I'm going to go here, hit refresh, and watch this. So notice it gives you like, it looks like a book. So now what I've done is I've done one category on my channel page, but you've got playlists in here about YouTube. So that's another way. I like this way better. It's giving you more options without just it going over on and on and on and on again. But those are how you do playlists and also kind of populate your homepage. Okay, look, I know I said 8, but how about a bonus one? Let's talk about an email address. Again, going back into the studio, let me show you what I'm talking about. On my channel, when you click on more, view email address. Now, this isn't a hidden address. I don't know why YouTube does this because you only have to have one. This is my business address, but let me show you exactly how to put one there. We're going back to customization, profile. You may have seen it when we were scrolling through here. Right here, contact info. Let people know how to contact you with business inquiries. This is really the point of this, but obviously you can do whatever you want. This is my business email address. I put it here. When I hit save, it will always be here. What I would recommend is you never, ever, ever, ever use the email address that you started your channel with. I did a whole thing, talked about this in how to protect yourself online. You ought to watch that, and I get more into that there. But that is a way to add an email here if you want businesses or anyone to contact you. Now, sometimes over time, YouTube will add even more features. Sometimes they move things away, and sometimes they just take things away and don't let us know. But, you know, even though it's YouTube, like your channel, it is their tube, right? Whatever that means. So listen, I hope this helps you get more out of your channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching.